Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day fiancé.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gaze. Let's love. Poodle, I'm just going to, before we even begin, I'm just going to give you the stage. I'm just going to let you have this moment. How do you feel about someone who is making balloon art?
She might as well be selling ammunition. That's how I feel about it. She's peddling fear wherever she goes. When Kara was in that car, y'all, and
Poodle
balloons,
hates balloons.
And balloons, it's not that I'm afraid of them.
Some people have a fear of them. No.
It's not that I'm afraid of seeing a balloon, but the fear that balloon will pop.
Like in the car when they popped.
And she's like, "What? Fuck!" And they went pop, pop, pop. Now I went. And can you imagine being in the car with all those balloons? I wouldn't be able to drive. I will say, she makes some pretty balloon arches. I screamed. You might as well manufacture atomic bombs. It's the same for me. The whole thing was very triggering for me. I had to get past it. When they popped in that car, I lost my mind. I wrote down, the first word is balloon lady. No. She makes balloons. It brings the vibe to the party. No, you're going to make people cower. Y'all, because every time I see a balloon, I think, when's it going to pop? When's it going to scare me? Because a balloon...
Oh, I know. It's a valid fear if people have it. I don't, but it made me laugh.
The idea that when someone squeezes a balloon, I can feel every nerve in my body be on fire.
I know.
Because I'm waiting for the sound. Sorry,
this
is Reality Gaze.
This is Reality Gaze. We're talking about 90 Day Fiancé.
Season 9, Episode 1, the premiere, new season. Who dis?
This episode was called Ketchup and Mustard. Ketchup to my mustard.
Ketchup to my mustard, which we talked about in Episode 1. I don't get the comparison. Besides the colors, they don't go together.
They really start the timer.
They do. Is it on? Is it on?
No, it's not on. We got to turn it on so we don't. Y'all, we put a timer on because we talk too long.
We do go too long.
We're trying to be better.
All right, here we go.
Which doesn't need to be
for us
that
we
long.
can be equitable in segments.
Yeah. So anyway,
so I can just point the timer when you start talking about Oklahoma,
or when you go in a rant, I can go.
I'll take that. I needed to talk about balloons.
No, I was happy. That brought me joy. But it made me. Okay. Her balloon art is gorgeous, though. I love a big.
You said something. Balloons could be classy, and I went, no, they can't. They always look like garbage. But these look very nice.
That's what I meant when
a little garbage.
Oh, I love them. They're pretty. But I get the whole popping thing, y'all. So. We still don't have those show dates for you. We're working on it.
We promise. We've got like 4 or 5 of them confirmed. We just don't want to announce it piecemeal like we don't want to
give you. We don't want to give you just the tip. We want to raw dog you, but deep with all new summer dates for
the American way.
Yes, we promise. Next week we will be announcing.
Yeah.
If that, yeah. So we'll be announcing
when the
4 days.
pre-sale is.
Yes. So.
Yeah. And if we do get confirmation on all of them, we'll do a special announcement or something like that.
Yes, exactly. So that'll be happening. Follow us at Reality Gaze Podcast on our Instagram.
It will be announced as soon as we get it on Instagram.
That'll be the first place to be known, as well in the.
We'll
Facebook
also
groups
drop
and
it on
things like
Twitter
that.
too.
Yeah, Twitter. We'll do it everywhere. We even put it on the TikTok.
We'll put it on Twitter, on the TikTok,
on the
Rick Rock,
on the Rick Rock. On the rip, on the balloons. We'll have balloons.
No, we won't.
And every time
there will not be balloons
with the
at our
cities on
live
them,
show.
and every time we announce it, we'll pop it.
It's a nightmare. Just throw a dart at it.
Y'all, okay, Selling Sunset is coming this week.
Selling Sunset on our Patreon at the $5 level. April 22nd, it's coming. We're doing the ultimatum.
We're trying to get done with
the
y'all.
ultimatum.
It's good. Ultimatum.
It? No, it is dirty, gross fuckery.
Oh.
But I can't get enough of it.
Yes, it's fuckery. Yes, I can't get enough of it either. There's already been confirmed, y'all. They're doing a totally. We don't know if it's a poly or queer or gay. But it's an LGBT
I know you
version.
sent me the link. I've never seen the real article. I've never.
It is
seen...
legit though. It was confirmed to me by someone who works at Netflix in the LGBT.
I wish they
department.
just give you a real link.
I could read the article.
I never got the article.
I'll try to send it to you again, but I read the whole article.
They linked though, and it was something that
it was like on a So it is coming. They're working sometime this year. That's all we know. That's really all we know about it. So, but that'll be good. That'll be good. It's going to be even messier.
Ain't no drama like lesbian drama.
Because gay people, and I mean like queer people, lesbian, gay, we fuck each other a lot quicker. Yeah.
Ask your boy here.
Exactly. So anyway, that's coming. So yeah, a lot of good. Plathville's coming back in May. Just confirmed season 4.
Bling Empire in May 13th, season 2.
There is Extreme Sisters coming. We just don't know when, but it is.
They're going to do it all in the summer.
I think that's probably.
Smothered's going to be in the summer. Extreme Sisters. They'll probably follow it up with You, Me, and My Ex, the second season in the fall.
We're never going to get a vacation.
Nope. We're fucked.
No, we're just going to miss a week.
Y'all. Let's talk. Was that it for the announcements?
I think that's it. Let's jump in.
Let's talk about Kara and Guillermo. Kara from Charlottesville. She's 29. Guillermo's a young 23.
He looks.
His nubile body.
He looks 18.
He does.
If not 17. He really does look very
There's
young.
a little bit of a weird vibe when she's talking about him. He's like very young looking.
It's like she's
but he
into
is legal.
It's like she's into it too much. Again, I'm going to say this again, y'all. It's a
little bit of a kink.
She has one of the best makeup applications in 90 Day Fiancé history.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal. Her makeup is flawless. I mean, 10 a.m., do we need a heavy eyeliner? No, but she does it well. I'm here for it.
And she's from Charlottesville, Virginia. He's from Caracas, Venezuela, now living in the Dominican Republic.
Yes, I do agree. I do stand by what I said in part 1. She feels both of these people in this section just feel like influencers looking for influencing love. And
I don't think he is.
Well, he's not, but I feel like she is a little bit. And so
I think it's real though for her.
I do think it's real. It just feels, again, I just want to meet. But gone are the days of 90 Day Fiancé when someone is an accountant.
Yeah, I don't feel that they're as extreme as Jibri and and Miona.
Gone are the days of Brett and Daya. Brett, who's at his cubicle, just looking on his internet as working in IT, and he
Daya who
Daya
says your diamond has a cloud in it.
It's cloud in it, and she
Matt and Allah.
And you know what? Gone are the days of Filipino Cupid.
Filipino Cupid. You don't find they're happy in their motorhome.
It's not normal weird people.
Just singing karaoke outside of it.
Finding love in
Larry
weird
and
ways.
Jenny.
They're all influencers now who want to be reality stars. And I'm just going to say this: casting, do better.
I agree.
I agree.
I don't think we had as many influencers on B90 this last season.
No, we did not. But I'm sure none of them listen anyway, and I don't care because we've asked them to send us shows early so we can not be backed up, and they don't give a shit.
They don't give a fuck.
Even though we bring 1 million people a month to their fucking show.
I don't know if we do that.
Well, we have listeners, yes.
That's true.
So I will say.
I don't know if we can take responsibility for all that.
I at least bet there's at least, out of all of our listeners, at least 10,000 people who watch this show that wouldn't because we talk about it.
I might agree with that.
So I want to say to that to casting, do better. If you're looking on the intimate portrait, you just saw my face. What's wrong? I'm Black Poodle today.
You are very, very.
I'm activated.
I also wish we could find more people in their 30s. It may be a more interesting show.
Yeah. Because they're all so young this season.
Yeah, everyone's except for Bilal. But he has other problems.
Well,
we just talked about
and then we haven't met, but we're going to meet her next week.
Annette. Oh, I can't wait for Annette Muhammad. Is it Muhammad?
Oh, I meant to make you watch it. I meant to make you watch it. There's a scene that says on this season.
I didn't watch it because I was afraid to talk about it because I didn't want to go over stuff.
But there's a scene where he's sitting with her two friends, and one of her friends is like, if Darcy and Stacy are on the scale of plastic surgery, like a hard
13,
or I was going to say on the alphabet, like a P.
Yeah.
As they're just plastic now. This person's definitely a good L.
Oh yes.
So she's just wearing this Loca shirt, and it looks like she's wearing a drag queen breastplate. Like what's her name from Salt Wives or from
Meredith?
But she looks like Meredith. Wearing that fake. Her just tits are out, and he's from Egypt, right?
Yes, Muhammad.
So very conservative. And so at one
he's
point,
fucking jacked too.
And her other friend has got tits up too with makeup in their hair.
See,
but no, she says,
"Give me this clownery."
She says, "How is this making you feel?" And she points to her friend's tits.
Yeah.
Oh, Annette is going to save this season.
I think this story, Kara and Guillermo, more Guillermo. Guillermo has the potential to be the heart of the season.
I actually so. She was getting bad edits in the trailer. She looked like a raging lunatic in the trailer. Right?
She did.
But right now, I feel like they both
because he's going to be talking about her cheating in the past.
He's cheating. You are cheating on me with toys. It's done. But they give me Daniel and ranch dressing. What's her Amber?
Amber, totally.
They give me Daniel. Wasn't he? He was from Venezuela too, right?
Yes.
I feel like he was in Venezuela.
Because he got away for the same reason.
Because he was shot.
Yeah. And he and Guillermo went to a protest, and he's like, I realized I was done with it.
You realized I was going to die. Y'all.
Because I saw children digging through the garbage.
If you don't know and I don't know everything. I don't read as much news as Poodle, but...
Dictatorship. It's become a dictatorship.
If you're not caught up on Venezuela, it's a rough country to live in.
Can I just say, he really lowballed the explanation. I just got to see what he said. Or maybe she did. Where I made a note of it. Oh God. Yeah, the political situation is, here it is. I think she says this. Venezuela is kind of like having a difficult time politically.
Oh.
Very subtle.
They're very subtle.
That's like saying, y'all, COVID's been really difficult.
Or literally saying that there's just a skirmish right now in Ukraine.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be funny. We're trying to point out,
it was just the way she said it.
It's really horrible right now.
Yeah.
So, and Daniel's story of why he left and how it was heartbreaking, and so is Guillermo's, I think. So anyway, but y'all, before we get to that, Kara's 29. She was in Charlottesville, North Carolina.
Virginia.
I'm sorry. Why did it?
I don't know.
Someone is from North Carolina.
They're incorrect.
Is Annette from North Carolina?
No. Maybe.
Someone is from.
But Charlottesville is a relatively big city in Virginia.
Isn't it a suburb of? Is it DC?
I don't know. I don't know Virginia geography.
Y'all, he can't
Hey
know
Siri, where's Charlottesville?
he can't know Virginia very well because aren't South Carolinians very snobby of Virginia?
It's barely the South.
Because Virginia says it's the South and y'all don't believe it.
Parts of it are. Why are they not telling me?
I don't know. Riveting. Okay. So she says, I live and dream about balloons. We talked about this. She says she's the Jill of all trades. She's been a dancer, a singer, massage therapist. The list goes on and on. Y'all, she's not whereas Emily's a woohoo girl, Kara is just a wanderlust. She is a Jessie. Let's
not go there. But
she's not a horrible sociopath.
No, there are these people.
But I meant
there are these people, we all know them, who change careers every year. They've almost all of them have done MLMs. And it just happens.
In a way,
she has a personality for that, though.
I've said it before with Emily. I respect someone who's young and can just go off and say, I just couldn't do that. I had to know how I was going to pay rent.
Yeah.
But there are some people that are like, you know what? I'm going to move to Chile for
the weirdest
5
thing
months
is,
and whatever happens. I cannot do that.
I got to say this. Y'all know I do not approve of this balloon way to make money. But you know what? During COVID, she started something new.
And guess what? These type of businesses blew up in COVID.
And unlike
very smart.
Jibri, who says he's a hustler,
this
is what a hustler does.
This is what a hustler does. She's not waiting for that one song.
Or trying to mow the lawn without knowing how to start the lawnmower.
No, yes.
What an entitled... spoiled.
I don't want to defend him, but so I could operate with my dad's riding lawnmower, but he had a push mower, and I didn't know this now, but it's been so long since I mowed the lawn until I went back to Oklahoma. I haven't mowed the lawn since I was 20 years old because I've only lived in apartment complexes. So a lot of the lawnmowers are electric now, run on electric batteries.
Riveting.
I could not get my dad's mower to start.
Please,
didn't know the batteries.
I'm begging you.
I kept looking for the gas thing to put the gas thing in because I didn't. And then I went, oh my God, this is a green mower in the middle of Oklahoma. I was very happy.
So Kara was a party girl. I'm just going to
Anyway,
keep talking over you.
I'm just saying, I can see how it was difficult.
So 2 years ago, she took a job in the Dominican Republic, and this waiter came up to her table. With a bunch of tequila shots. She's like, you're speaking my language.
Yes, it's true.
She gets wild on tequila, y'all.
And that's where she met. Tequila makes her clothes come off.
What? I've heard that song before.
It's on the. I think it's on the Maddie's Honkin' Tonkin' mix.
Never
on
listened
Spotify,
to it.
Which, by the way, y'all, we should talk about.
Never heard it.
People keep asking our live shows they like the music we play. That's from Poodle's Gay Glitter Club.
That's from Volume 1 and Volume 2.
We both have a Spotify mix. So Poodle has his Glitter Club mix. I have my country mix. Come at us and we'll send them to you.
No, I put it in the Facebook group several times.
I know, but we did that like a year or two ago.
Search it.
All right, fine.
No, less work for me. So she's like, he's cute. He's like this beautiful. Then she said he's a beautiful young boy. Again, I don't know if she realizes how creepy it is.
One boy, one city boy
to do coke with.
The coke with.
And he's like, but don't worry. He's like not that young. He's like he's 20, but he's legal. Stop talking.
If they can drink, they can think.
Don't say that. Someone will quote you.
That's already a quote. You never heard that growing up? I said that at a live show, and you went, like I'd made it up. No, you never.
No, I've heard
that?
you say it before, and
yes,
it's not.
People say that's what I'm. It's very gross.
But I'm saying don't repeat it.
But
anyway,
that's her philosophy.
He says he's beautiful, brown with big fat lips. Even his grandmother says he has beautiful, kissable lips. I'm hoping.
I call them my pillows.
I'm hoping that this producers are making this the cringiest version of them. I'm hoping there's less because I hope they turn out okay. I tend to like I like her okay. I like him.
I have. Oh man, I don't want to say it.
No.
We've said it before. But so far from what we've seen, I have the most hope for them.
Me too. That's honestly what I think too.
But I don't know if it's because, honestly, even though she was annoying with ranch dressing and things like that, I kind of love.
We wound up loving Amber from Caribbean Love.
I love Amber and Daniel. I wish, honestly, they were on this season of 90 Day Fiancé.
Yeah. It's interesting.
They already got married. They weren't.
I think they
were on 90 Day Diaries, and I haven't watched it yet.
They filmed something. I think it was Diaries.
Because she shaded me for not watching. I was like, oh my God, y'all got married. And she's like, it was on 90 Day Diaries because she didn't watch. And I was like,
that's a very Amber thing to do.
It's a very Amber thing, which kind of made me love her more.
Amber, Daniel, chicken fingers are my favorite.
Chicken fingers are my favorite.
Those were some great scenes.
I don't know why she wasn't on main. Like, to me,
she's a star.
But to me, that's what this 90 Day season's already missing. I want those people on that don't know their stars. I'm not going to harp on it anymore.
Ari's going to make a good showing. She's already having a problem with Beanie fighting with a woman.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't worry, y'all. That's going to be there.
Yeah, that's going to be
She's going to come in and rain on everybody's parade again.
You know what I'm kind of looking forward to with Ari and Benny is that Ari was very divisive in the 90 Day. And a lot of people were defending Ari, especially their first season of being pregnant.
No one is anymore.
Being pregnant, being in his country.
People still like her, though.
Being all alone. Y'all, I can't wait for you to eat your fucking words when she is fucking terrible to him in the U.S.
Well, here's the thing.
Because you know she's going to be.
We've never been fans.
No.
And
I'm not fans of
especially,
either of them, to be honest.
Beanie. The biggest problem with their last season, though, is that I said this at the live show. We never saw any of the Party House, Animal House, John Belushi antics.
And you didn't even know. I told you in the live show, you didn't even know that she actually did go to the consulate with him.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to show it in this season.
And I think that was the problem with their second season.
They got a weird edit.
Yeah.
It's hard with that's my problem, honestly, with people, some of the cast from before the 90, like just what we've heard of, like, with people like Memphis and Hamza and even like Kim and Usman, like there were missing holes in the story. And then we find out because they're already filming Happily Ever After or this or
and
that.
And remember, y'all, with the kind of the idea and the ethos of reality television, if it didn't happen on camera, we don't know if it happened.
Yeah.
So
that's why we don't follow. If we follow these people on Instagram, that means we actually like them.
Yeah.
There's very few that we do, and we don't try to read it. If you're new to us, we don't try to read a lot of the news stuff unless it gets like Screen Rant or something reputable.
Yep.
Because there's just so much.
I love it how Screen Rant is reputable. You're right. Yeah.
They did an article about us. They're reputable.
And they also do check sources.
Yes.
So
anyway, the whole point of that is we just try to but so much came out about Ari and Benny. We're like, man, we got kind of duped.
Yep.
Anyway.
So I could just watch the thing of Beanie's sisters throwing the wine in her face over and over again.
I know. It's like Kara has a face for makeup of what to do. Ari has a face of what not to do. I can't stand the way she does her eyes. She looks like a raccoon.
I know.
Anyway.
It's never been good.
And she's a pretty woman.
It's never been good. So, anyway, she moved to the DR for work, and they adopted Cheeky Mama together, a little dog.
That's a cute name for a dog. This dog is cute.
And y'all, he took her on this hike, and then on this rock, which this is gorgeous.
This is one of the best proposals we didn't see.
He proposed to her. Well, this was before they were filming, that makes sense. I don't fault them for that.
What would you do if a guy? Would you be happy that a guy proposed to you on a rock like that, or you'd be pissed that you had to swim out there and go to that rock?
I'd need to see a financial statement before. The portfolio, stocks, everything.
You really believe in love?
Yep. No, I believe in love. I believe in love. Takes more than love to make a good marriage and relationship.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though I got a lot of shit for saying ask about the credit report, takes more than love.
Takes more than love.
Yeah. So I will, moving on.
Now, would you, if someone said, okay, if you want to see my credit report, can I see yours?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
In my 20s, I would have said no. Just trust me. Just trust me. Just trust me. I will say it's easier. In your 20s, it's easy to fuck up your credit.
Oh,
It
yeah,
is so
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
But I had a mother who was like, don't you ever do anything with credit. You'll be ruined for the rest of your life.
They do make it seem like, y'all, if you ruin your credit, you can fix it.
Yeah.
But parents do make it seem like it's
My
forever.
mother basically told me if I ruined my credit, if I ever paid a bill late, that I might as well just go get a raft and just push away and sail off on the ocean because my life would be ruined if I ruined my credit.
You know what my father told me? He said, Matthew, if you write a hot check to somebody, you might as well drive over to their house, walk in their front door when they don't know you're coming, and look at them and just take out your dick and piss on them and say, you're a piece of shit to me.
Wow!
'Cause that's what it means you're telling somebody when you default on your check. That's what a big deal
That's
that
a
was
lot.
to my father. I said, okay.
That's something to process.
I know. I'd never told him about that hot check I accidentally wrote at Albertsons for $20. I just needed cold medicine. I didn't balance my checkbook. I was 21.
You have to balance your checkbook.
I
don't
felt
now.
terrible. No, we don't. It's very different. We didn't have automatic payments then.
No, yeah.
God, y'all. I'm telling you, if you're a millennial, you don't remember. You have no excuse to have bad credit. We actually had to remember to send in a bill.
That's true. Everything's automatic payment
I had
now.
to write a check. Imagine I had to go to a post office, buy a stamp, and send it.
That's true.
You don't have to do anything. You just connect it to your bank.
Automatic bill payment.
Look at that. We had to work for everything. We had to work to pay our bills.
Okay, I don't love-
We had to
that's-
work to get that dick.
It's the same thing over and over again, bashing millennials.
We
don't
had to
need
work. No, millennials deal with a lot of other stuff.
They get a lot of flack.
A lot of them started to go into
So-
a job search, and there was a pandemic.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's not even millennials. Millennials are older than that.
What? There's new ones?
No, there's like Gen Z, Gen X, Gen
Okay, this
or
makes
Gen
me
Z.
feel old, and I don't want to
Gen
talk
Y?
about this. I don't,
No.
I can't hear it. I feel old.
Millennials are the generation right after us.
Now that's the kids now.
No,
Graduating high
those
school.
are people in their 30s, late 30s, and
No.
almost 40.
No,
Yeah.
no, like my
There's
nephew,
like-
he's a millennial.
No.
He's 20. Okay.
No, he's not. There's like 4 generations after that. You're just old. And you forget when things change and pass you by.
We need to move on. I don't like this anymore.
Even your accent nail can't make you get.
Oh yeah,
past
if you
that.
watch Intimate Portrait, I have an accent now.
I swear to God, whenever you were doing something with your hands, I'm like, it looks like a big woman named Celia. It's coming at me.
I've got a lot of compliments. I like it. I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I think it's gonna take though.
I'm okay with the gray color. I still don't like the black color.
This isn't black. It's actually
Dark
very
blue?
Dark blue.
No one cares about any of this.
No.
So, the next thing, y'all, she's moving down to the DR. He proposed. They're doing the K1 because she thinks she's like because her next venture is of course real estate, which is what everyone started during the pandemic. Every one of my New York friends now has a real estate license. Every single one of them, who was once an actor and then you were a personal trainer.
It's fine, but here's the deal. I've said this before, so I won't harp on it. But I think I guess Kara's a hard worker, but I hope she doesn't think it's easy. A lot of people think I'm going to real estate license.
No.
It's easy. It's very hard work.
I think it feels very entrepreneurial for people that you can make your own. You can work for yourself.
Yeah, I get it.
But I'm saying when 10% of the population of Manhattan has their real estate license,
Yeah.
it makes things kind of difficult.
We'll see. But you know what? As you said, she's smart and she's a go-getter.
Yeah.
Like she is not. Even we're already kind of what reminds us of Amber and Daniel. y'all. She's, I don't want to say a type A.
My parents sell real estate, so I'm not downing real
no,
estate.
No, I'm not saying you
Yeah.
are. I'm saying though, but I think that's why I have family that works in real estate. So I think a lot of people are like, oh, I'll just sell. I'm like, it's not that easy, honey.
But it's very attractive to people.
Yes, and I think especially now because it's on television shows.
Yeah,
so people
luxury.
think, oh, I'm going to flip houses. It's easy.
Right.
No, it's not.
They're like, I can sell a house with my personality.
No. How many times did y'all not have dinner? Your mom came home late because they were fixing up a fucking house to sell and shit like that. A lot.
A lot.
A lot. That was.
Jaybird, I need to make dinner for your brother tonight.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my darling Aunt Peggy. You go over there and they're sweating and they got paint all over them. It's a lot of fucking work. So,
Wow,
anyway,
you just brought back some trauma.
Poodle's just eating tuna helper alone.
I never ate tuna helper. Are you kidding? I made real dinner.
At what age?
I was 10 or 12. I could make dinner for
That's gay. That is
You know
gay.
what? Wasn't 10. I was probably 12 where I could make dinner.
That's still gay.
But I wasn't supervised to use. I could make stuff on the microwave and heat up stuff, but I could not use the stove by myself till I was like 13 or 14. Because my mother was afraid I'd burn myself.
With you as her child, I would worry.
Yeah.
I would worry.
But then I had to cook. Dinner for, and sometimes my dad would get home late and we'd have to do it. But my dad it was mostly for my brother and I.
And then, how old were you when you started planning menus and requesting different and going grocery shopping?
That was like 14. That was when I started getting that. Yeah, when I first y'all if that show Chopped Kids would have been on, I would have been one of those little queers on it with like a jaunty hat. I'm like, I've made for you rhubarb foam.
That gay.
With
That would have been you.
rhubarb foam. And I think it's got the great texture. And this has got a little bit of like chickpea dust.
And you
on
would have
it.
gone and probably by James instead of
Probably. Had a little like weird pork pie thing with a loud shirt. And I'm like, I've always wanted to be a chef. And I'm going to destroy all the competition. Okay?
That is, I look back on both of our childhoods. We would have been child stars if our parents, they didn't know.
I'm still upset.
I told my mother, I begged her. They had no vision for our lives.
I swear to God, if Chopped Kids would have been on, I would have murdered someone to be on it.
You would have.
And then I would have murdered a child
on camera.
competitor.
On camera.
Yes. God, when I see those kids, I was like, this is ridiculous. And I went, oh, maybe I'm hating what I really resent in myself. But yeah, but I will say, I would never be as pretentious as some of those kids
No,
are.
I can't watch it. It's too.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not children.
It's too much.
So
Behind! I'm like, yeah, you want behind.
I like her right now, y'all, but I know I'm going to eat those
I'm
words.
worried about it.
I like her now,
I like
but
him,
yeah.
and I'm worried I'm going to eat those words too.
We're Matt Sharp has fucked us over too many times.
The other thing, you guys, because of COVID, they haven't seen each other in over a year
Because they were living together, they got engaged. She was going to go back. They were going to file for the whole fiancé. And yes,
Yeah.
so
he's been approved.
But he's been approved.
And the only problem is he's got an expired passport. Now, I kind of understand because he really can't go back to Venezuela right now.
I think this is only fraudacity.
It feels
part.
fraudacity.
Y'all, the U.S. is approving Venezuelan passports because they know
It's diplomatic stuff.
They're not going to send someone back to live in a
Right.
country with a dictatorship.
He's fine. He's fine. This is fraudacity.
Wasn't it Marcos who left Venezuela? Y'all, on Below Deck, remember?
He can't go back.
Marcos left because he worked for the dictator. He can't go back because
They'll kill him.
He would get like a bad job. They would kill him because he saw them kill all people that
Yep.
were his friends that worked. So yeah, it's bad.
And she's basically, y'all, this is when she starts feeling like a little like his mother. She's like, if I didn't push Guillermo,
This is the Amber
things
thing.
wouldn't. It's very Daniel and Amber reminiscent. I didn't push Guillermo, things wouldn't get done. And she's like, sometimes I'm a little concerned about how young he is. But anyway, back to me.
Kara does seem self-involved.
Yeah.
She seems like a go-getter, but she is all, even like when they Skype, the video comes up and she's like, Anyway,
I liked it when she's like, I gotta go. Go. He's
Yeah.
like, don't drink it so fast.
so when he comes up on that Skype, he looks 17.
He looks very young.
He
Yeah.
looks, yes, very, very. But again, y'all, so
He is hot though.
He is
Woo!
hot.
With a big penis.
Big dick, y'all. Big dick that so far that we've seen on this season.
Biggest one.
I would say so.
Huge.
Yeah.
Pendulous. A pendulous dong.
Yeah. We've only seen pictures of Kobe. I don't know what he looks like in real life.
Yeah,
we
we'll
have
see.
To wait. We have to wait. So
But little skinny boys like that, they're hung like horses.
sneaky
y'all.
snakes just come right out. So, but he talks about, on another note, he talks about how he saw little kids fighting for food in his home country, and
In the garbage.
Yeah, and he was part of the resistance.
Resistance, yeah.
And
which every time I can think of, I think of Star Wars.
I know. And so he thought he was.
It's a trap. The resistance.
It's a trap. He thought he was going to die, so that's why. So he
He's
left.
like, I want to have a life.
So he moved to Punta Cana.
And this is I want to say, these are the stories that we watch nowadays that are so inspirational, or but people moving for
Yes.
better lives.
Remember when this used to be called the Learning Channel?
I think that was a long time ago.
Yeah, but
They haven't
still,
went by that for a
these
long
are
time.
the inspiring stories that make us think about our own humanity
Yeah.
and what we have and what we don't. Yeah.
He was working at the restaurant, and he was like, he met Kara, and he's like, and then later on she said, "Do you want to kiss me?" And he's like, "Of course I did." And he's buying her flowers. He's like, usually when I used to date girls in the DR, it was more like party, kiss, bye. And I was like, those were my 20s too.
And
more like party, fuck, bye.
And I wrote, Poodle's going to relate to that statement. I know him so
party,
well.
fuck, bye.
Party, fuck, bye.
Bye.
Actually, really, it's more like party, fuck.
Get out.
Where did Jake go? Because he just left.
Party, fuck, leave.
So, y'all, she's flying there to get him just because of the process. They want to make sure everything's okay.
That, and I feel like she needed to micromanage.
She needed to
a little bit.
micromanage because she worried about him fucking it up.
I kind of understand though. He is young.
I would.
He's a young 23.
100%. But that's my go-to is I have to be hands off in just my relationship because I'll want to control too much and do
Yep.
too much. So she's not there yet.
No.
She's not gonna. Maybe when it gets over there, but
Now she does show up and he's there. He's so nervous, y'all. It's so
He's so cute with his flowers.
This feels like old school night at Fiancé. You
Yes.
can tell these people love each other.
yes,
She's crying. You see him start to cry.
yes,
And he's a little worried. You can tell also when he kisses her, he's a good kisser. You could just tell.
Yeah,
I have a kind of a thing for him. Obviously.
shocker.
Yep.
That-
I
I'm-
usually don't love young looking guys, but he's a young
He's
looking
of
Latin
age.
guy. So.
Please, please. Do you know how many times there's a guy in Poodle like says, "Look up his age," and I'm like, "He's 20." He goes, "Oh, thank God."
I don't think that.
But you're
that
not
young.
into young guys.
Yeah.
But you're not necessarily into old
I'm
guys.
not into them.
Yeah. Because I wish you were into old guys. It's kind of a problem.
You know, I'm into old guys, but they have to have younger
it's
spirits.
too late now. You fucked it up because your twink years are gone.
Okay,
They're gone, and
Let's-
you can't fuck up to your station in life like
We're-
a woman should.
We're gonna take a break while I go cry in the bathroom.
All right, y'all. We'll see you after the break.
Wow. Y'all know what the ancient Chinese proverb says?
No.
If an influencer wears a cute outfit and doesn't put it on Instagram, did it even happen?
Did anyone see it? Did anyone see it?
And does it matter?
Does it matter?
We're talking about Jibri and Miona.
Does it affect your persona?
What a try hard.
Yeah.
Everything is trying. This is where you were talking about at the beginning of episode 1, where where this influencer culture has infiltrated the show, this is the main example here.
The main example. It's in others, but this is by far the main example.
Yo, now, I will say, some of the things he's wearing are cute. They're trying too hard. It doesn't seem effortless, the style. What do you think? Especially in South Dakota.
I mean,
it's like he's wearing South Dakota chic. I guarantee you he does not wear that in Los Angeles.
no, or maybe he is. You know what? I like that he grew up in South Dakota, in Rapid City, South Dakota, and whether it's a gimmick or not, that he's putting a different narrative of what we think about people from South Dakota and Rapid City.
Definitely.
And he's, a lot of people, like, there's been saying like, oh, I can't believe, like, a black man's wearing a cowboy hat. And I'm like, you need to do your research. There's a lot of black cowboys. Like,
yeah.
So I like that he does, that it's his home to him. But 100%, he never wears a Patagonia throw over his shoulders in Los Angeles.
No.
Never.
And
Never.
I doubt he wears it in South Dakota.
It just feels kind of like what we felt with Ari when she first went to Ethiopia, right there.
Yeah.
And she just felt like, so I know it's different because she's a white person, but it feels the same as the trying to put on something they're not.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem like he's this.
I'm saying
is the best word for it.
Yeah, he's a tryhard.
He's always trying to be a South Dakota person, and I bet you when he's in L.A., he tries to be so L.A.
Yeah,
and when he lives in New York, he tries to be so New York. And y'all, we just saw a tweet that the Black Serbs, his band, said, "I just wish he would try to finish this album." They literally are shading him for not finishing the album.
It was really hard for me to take this seriously.
Yeah.
This whole segment.
And when I don't take something seriously,
there's no stakes.
I don't care.
Yeah.
And the only person I cared about
was his
mother and dad, that they have to put up with this shit.
You can see the exhaustion on his mother's face.
She's so exhausted because
he's put them through more than Emily's parents have gone through.
And she Miona is the same way.
Yeah.
They're the same. They're the same person.
Blake and Jasmine 2.0.
Yeah, that really is the best.
Although Blake was at least more. I think Blake was annoying. We haven't really met her a lot. She's got to be more likable than Jasmine. But maybe not.
I don't know. I mean, possibly. It's gonna be.
Blake didn't try as hard as Jibri is. It just.
Well, he was pretty thirsty. He did say they would like to come on our show in a cameo.
That's true.
Y'all, we're fucking trash. So, at least, especially back then. Now we've gotten, like, good people like
Molly and Cynthia.
We've had
Kyle and Noon at our live shows.
We're y'all, some of you messaged me like, oh my gosh. I'm not going to say the names, but like, are you going to talk to this person and this? We're quite discerning. And it's not because we're snobs.
We've talked shit about most of the people and they know about it.
It's not that we're snobs. It's that we listen to Kyle and Kim from Cray Cray. Y'all listen to 98 Cray Cray. We love them.
Please.
Please. And the best piece of advice they said was, don't
talk to these people.
Paul has our number and he won't stop calling.
Yeah, they did that where they interviewed a lot of people in the beginning.
Yes.
We haven't done that. We got Darce and Stace.
We got the queens, but it's just not. We want to interview someone if we're truly either a fan or truly interested in them,
or if they have something. The other thing
we have a small list. There's people that we're still trying to cultivate that with.
I think the other.
But anyway, yeah, Blake and Jasmine, not so much.
The other difference is we've talked so much shit about a lot of people, and the cast will try to say they don't listen to everything. They listen to everything.
They listen to everything.
TLC doesn't know who we are, but the cast knows who we are, and they listen to everything.
They listen to everything.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Someone will tell them about
it. Like
I
told that story, like Angela said to me on Instagram.
They listen to everything.
I heard what you've been saying about me.
They listen to everything.
I would too, probably.
When
if I was like, once you get super famous, I think you don't listen.
When
But
we've reached out a couple of times, or when they've reached out, they're like, "Yeah, I listen to you guys sometimes. Sometimes you haven't said something nice about me."
you know what?
Yeah.
I think Darcy and Stacey don't listen.
They don't.
I don't think they listen.
No, they don't. They make up what they want to think in their own heads.
I think probably now Larissa doesn't listen.
No, but yeah.
Anyway,
y'all, so he's on his motorcycle, and he says, growing up, I was a jellyfish in a small pond. I still don't know what that means. I was a jester.
well, because he was different. He wasn't just a fish.
He was a jellyfish.
I'm glad he has this. I'm glad he has the confidence. I'm glad that he felt like an out.
Doesn't it feel like an Instagram bio?
But what it is, you know what? Like, I'm sure if I sat and had a conversation with him, it would be fine. It's just having to watch hours and hours of television of him self-editing and being performative. I love that he's probably someone, he talks about this, who felt isolated for being different and colorful.
100%.
For being black. I guarantee you he was probably, with him wearing like colorful clothes and stuff, and being an artist, he was probably called gay.
Yep.
So I love that he can reframe that and be like, I'm a confident. But there's a difference of reframing being confident and being like, and this idea of he feels special.
Yeah.
Y'all, we're all special and we're all not special. So it's like putting your specialness, that means that your song needs to be the one hit more than somebody else's song.
Well, he's a musician, because of course he is, in a band
She's
called
gonna destroy
the
him.
Black Serbs.
The Black Serbs.
Again, it's a hat on a hat. It's a hat on a hat. He's in Serbia playing. Now we think,
so why are they called the Black Serbs?
we don't know.
Because I don't know. Maybe that's a thing I don't know about Serbian culture or
I don't
something.
know.
Because he's got another band member who's white, who's real hot.
Who's hot? Who he started the band with? David.
Who?
So
you didn't see this, but on this season of 90 Day Fiancé,
I missed everything.
they get in a fucking fist fight.
Ooh, hot.
A full-on fist fight in a music studio.
Ooh.
So, but I mean, that's what their storyline's going to be about. It's going to be like, this is like Mila Vox 2.0, y'all. She's going to be fighting with this fucking van. She's going to be the Yoko Ono that breaks up the Black Serbs.
How sad.
How sad.
What will music do? But he's doing this song, Rat Race. I will say, it's not as terrible as some of the other music.
It wasn't bad.
It was at least interesting.
Yeah.
I need
He had
to
interesting
hear
lyrics. Yeah,
I need to hear. It's definitely better than Hot Sauce, Tariq's song.
It's not as good as My Pussy Has Wi-Fi.
That's true.
That's a bop. Or as Usman's new song,
Zara,
a
you
bop.
got me twisted.
It's a bop.
Less auto-tune than Usman.
Yes.
Yeah. And I don't think anyone will ever beat like your number on my phone. Song of the summer. Song of the summer. Everyone was asking us to come to the club and sing it.
Someone in Decatur, Georgia asked them to come to their bar.
Not even that.
No,
they've even made that up. So I wrote, this is the definition of big in Europe. This is the definition of huge in Sweden or something like that.
That's true.
And so his friend took him to Serbia.
David, the hot one.
David. Yeah, and he loved the culture, and they were playing a gig, and he saw Miona in the audience, and she's a makeup artist, and he's this sexy fireball. Y'all, she looks like a Kardashian. That's all
looks
you
like
need
a
to know. Fillers, big lips.
I mean,
eye makeup.
The lip fillers are like, she's one of those people where I think how old did they say she is?
She's 23 years old.
She just looks, after a while,
she looks 30.
You've had so much, I don't even think you look 30. You just look like a wax figure. So there's actually not age because you're not a human.
Right.
Sorry, that sounds horrible, but her lips are so big. And I think she got butt inject, or either she's very curvy. I don't want to talk about her body because I don't know if that's her real body or not. But a lot of it looks enhanced.
Yeah, I think that's a good
things on
bet.
your face. I feel like I have talked about makeup
now,
choices and
I
things
will
like
say there are certain parts of Europe where women are starting to look like that more often.
Yeah.
But there's definitely some Kardashian influences going on.
It's problematic, and she's going to eat him alive, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple more things he told about his life. He left home at 17, and then I ended up, and I wrote down, of course you did, in Los Angeles, because that's where rejects go, who don't really fit in with where they.
That's what you mean, like a positive term of rejects. Yeah, I know, but some people think reject is a narrative.
People who don't fit in.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Go. Yeah, you clear. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also rejects in the negative way come to Los Angeles.
We
too.
all go, but. That's what I love. That's probably one of my favorite things about Los Angeles, besides the weather, because there's no fucking polar bombs. I love that this is a city of dreamers.
It is.
And creators. I love that about our city. And I didn't realize after living here for so long, and you go other places, a lot of other cities aren't like that.
No.
And so, good for him.
The other thing I say about Los Angeles, and not everyone finds this, you have to kind of work for it. Los Angeles is a city that bends and melds itself to who it can be anything for anyone.
I agree with that.
New York, you're almost at the will of the city, and you have to learn to live that way.
I agree.
And I really do believe that if you're in Los Angeles, if you look hard enough, you can find anything you want. There's such a diverse kind of group.
You really have to work hard and seek it out.
Yeah, you do.
And I think I can see Jibri doesn't seem like the type of person, honestly, who works hard and seeks things out.
I think he floats. He floats. I like his parents a lot. I think the fact that he left home at 17 means that he didn't necessarily like the things they were telling him about life. And he wanted to, because they seem like very reasonable people.
They do. And you can tell his mother works in mental health, the way she speaks to him and the way she's pointing out things.
It's firm, but it's not emotional a lot of times.
Yes, but that's where I go back to the thing of him feeling special. You wonder.
Yeah, he's everyone's best boy.
Is he probably, when he back in his hometown, he always got the attention. And that's why I think for you and I,
big fish in a little pond.
We ended up going to really good music schools.
Yep.
Where back home, everybody's like, "Oh my God, you're so good!" And we went to these music schools where everybody's like, "Yeah, we don't give a shit about you. You're not even the best person here. You've got to work really hard." I bet he moved to LA kind of thinking things would just happen for him.
Right.
Meaning that he still thinks he just needs one hit song.
And I'm not saying it can't happen.
No.
It won't happen after 28. But he is aging into where he needs to figure out something.
He does look young, though.
But I want to say this. 28, you're getting to the place where if you haven't, you can make career transitions. I've made like 4. But if you
5 if you count that website.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy. 6 if you count another venture I'm working on.
Poodle's building an app, but most of you don't want to subscribe. He found someone from 4chan to design it. That's all you need to know.
Mm-hmm. It's Lithuanian. If you can't read Cyrillic, it's not going to really help you. Let's just say there's trained cats involved.
Stop it. I'm sorry I brought it up.
And a lot of BDSM gear. But this idea of at 28, he's still so fucking naive. This is somebody who
He's very naive.
Who really hasn't learned what the life lessons.
Kind of reminds me of Emily.
Yes.
Where here is Emily. You think most people learn after they have a baby.
Right.
She had the baby's 17, and she's still kind of living in this fantasy.
And I will say, being in a band and being desired by tens of fans, let's be honest.
But still, he is a good-looking guy.
He is.
He thinks he's a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Because he seriously to those producers like, hey, When can I take my shirt off? I got it. Can I mow the lawn?
That was honestly, this is one of those real try hard moments. Let's just talk about the tattoos and get them out of the way. The one around his neck is the one that's the most striking because it's like 4 moons and a wolf.
I guess.
I've seen that symbol other places. Y'all come at me if you know what that is. There's a couple other full portraits of people. And I assume these are family
even
members.
on his leg, faces of people.
Now, one looks like David of David and Annie.
Really?
Yes.
Maybe he was a fan.
The biggest one looks like David.
David,
so y'all, maybe Jibri was just a huge fan of the franchise. David was his role model.
Somebody listening right now just said, "That's a good idea." I never thought of that. I could put Uthman on my chest, and then we would literally be skin to skin all the time.
Maybe there's one on the back with Larry from Filipino Cupid
Maybe.
trying to eat the lechon.
Maybe.
I don't want to eat it.
Remember, y'all, Poodle said he would fuck him for a free month
Free
of McDonald's.
I would do a lot of things for free McDonald's.
I've never actually turned your skin.
It'd be a nice penis.
I've never seen your skin turn green when you realized you would have sex with him for free McDonald's.
I'd have sex with, I would not have sex with his cousin, the human thumb.
No.
I didn't like human thumb.
No.
Even for the McDonald's. But
Okay.
Larry seems like he'd be decent in the sack.
Yeah.
Nice penis.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And he'd be very appreciative.
He would. He might cry.
So anyway, we meet the mom. This is good. He moved back home to South Dakota. He's like, mostly because me and Miona just spent a lot of money on travel.
Yeah, well, that was it after. He first said he put it with COVID.
Yep.
COVID shut down anything and we're not touring. Okay, you make a little bit of money. Y'all, inside baseball, we're starting to tour now like Little Smart, like with a big band. Like, they're not making a ton of money.
No, you're not.
They moved back because what I think I said this in a live show, he spent too much money on his credit cards, traveling the fucking world, being an influencer, thinking someone was just going to find him how special he was, and he would suddenly just get an ad from like Manscaped.
It is that
would pay him $100,000.
Let's hope for that. Cross your fingers for Manscaped. It is that specialness level for him, and I don't get that feeling from the parents that they ever encourage that. But some people just develop that.
Some people just develop that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I get it. You know, sometimes narcissism comes from, obviously, a lot of times it comes from this feeling of being inadequate, feeling othered. It's just like a lot of other things in our life. We develop these things, our body, our mind, develop these responses to protect us.
Right.
But then
That's
we
a good
take
point.
it's anger, anger are protectants. But then they develop into
pathologies.
Jibri.
Yeah.
And I think guys with tattoos are hot. But I don't.
It's trying hard. It's a try-hard tattoo body.
It's like a try-hard tattoo body. And because also, you're kind of into neck tattoos because it feels
I kind of am.
I'm not into neck tattoos as much. But
I dated a guy with one. Not one, like a whole neck sleeve.
What would your mother say if she met him?
Jaybird. Could you imagine?
I can't take him to church.
What would Tunky Stokes say? I talked to a woman at the Atlanta show who was from my hometown. We were talking, and she's like, you mentioned Tunky Stokes one time, and she's like, Tunky Stokes? Oh, my God. And we talked about Tunky, and then she's like, I think Tunky Stokes is dead. I said, I think she is, too. And then she's like, then I asked my mother, no, I think she's fine.
Really?
Yeah. No, I think she is dead, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
I just love it that there was one person listening who lost their mind when I said Tunky Stokes.
She did lose her mind. Wow.
Anyway, it's like when you mentioned Dennis Gothard. There are people
who know Dennis Gothard. So he was raised. So
His mom, Mahala.
His mom, Mahala or Mahalia?
Mahala,
right. Her, his father, his bio dad, he doesn't really know.
Yep.
So his stepdad,
Brian is his stepdad, who he calls dad.
We're just going to call him dad.
Yeah.
It's his dad. And he brings up and talks about, because it is part of his storyline. His mom, he said, my mom is this badass biracial therapist grew up in the middle of South Dakota.
I understand it. It sounds like he's reading her Instagram bio.
It does. But I feel like but what I was going to bring up, being biracial in South Dakota in the fucking like 80s and 90s, you probably, of course, you have to build up your black son in this community. So I'm glad he has so much confidence, but try hard is just the perfect word for him. It's like he took all of this.
It's relentless.
And it's just this idea of it feels like success should just come to him or something.
I want to, you know what I'd love? I love to get, who was it who was saying this about? It was some person on where I just wanted to get him in a room and stare at him. And he starts to talk and I would go, stop it. Stop it.
What's that on?
Stop it. I want to see you. Be you. Stop it. Stop all this shit. Drop all this shit and let me see you.
That was a show we covered.
Yeah. I'm trying to think because maybe it was Stephanie. I think it was Stephanie where I said, I want to, and where I would just keep talking with her. And as soon as she said something that was so influenced her, I would say, stop it. I don't buy it. Yeah.
But a lot of people on this show feel Stephanie.
Yeah.
That they're using this to promote their brand.
Yeah.
And because he's already thinking of that. He literally says to his mom, he's saying that I always forget her, that Miona has a persona. And so they're,
this is when I was just, and he's like, she dresses like that, like for her Instagram persona. And she's like, so do you really even know her?
No. So
they
now,
don't know each other at all.
Miona's not excited to come to South Dakota. She wants to be in Los Angeles. And Jibri's like, I struggle. He talks about his struggles. He's like, but what I've learned, he's like, I left this, and I get this. Poodle and I ran away from our hometowns.
Yeah.
And I got to give the guy credit in that I still can't go back to my hometown and say, this is my home.
No.
I can go back and say, I was raised here, and I love family and friends here. But it feels like I'm wearing a glove with only 4 fingers when I'm there.
That's interesting because I don't think you would have said that 5 or 8 years ago. I think you would have still said it was your home.
I think definitely like in living back there for a year and a half or a year, there's actually things I love about it more. And actually now even in life, things I miss. I miss being able to see my brother a couple of times a week. I wish actually I could be with him and my cousin Kelly, who's like my sister. I actually wish they were in my weekly life.
But I'm saying you used to rhapsodize about it, about how great it was.
But I think also going back there was just, I forgot about the trauma of growing up there. Mm-hmm. And I forgot about that. So, and going back there kind of re-triggered that, which I talked to my therapist about that and all that kind of stuff. So, but I admire him that someone who probably experienced a lot of shit growing up can go back and kind of own it and say, I love this place. It's home now. It either means he's made a real kind of 180 in his kind of the awareness mentally, or he owes a lot of credit cards, y'all. He's like $50,000 in debt. And but I mean, he's convincing.
No, I agree.
He's convincing himself, we got to make this work because I can't afford for her to come here.
It's also the devil is easiest. It doesn't matter how you feel.
That too.
Yeah.
I think he just owes a lot of money in credit cards.
No, I'm saying, yes, definitely. But I'm saying the idea of him going back to this place, I think is not, I think it may be brave that you're talking about. I think it's easy. I think it feels like him saying, this is something I can fall back on. And I even if he may have issues about it, it's something he knows. Yeah. At least.
Yeah.
The worst thing this guy can have is to be challenged in his own where he goes.
Yeah.
He needs people to know who he is.
Yeah, he does.
And
he stands out when he's at home.
Yeah.
He always wants to stand out.
At least he knows his rep.
Because he wouldn't stand out in L.A.
Nope.
And I don't mean that in a bad. It's just
No,
we
he
have
wouldn't.
Thousands of people who look like him,
So-
who act like him.
The next thing,
Because he is charming.
He is, and that's why
And
I'm
he
saying,
has star qualities, not that he's not talented.
I want to like him. That's why I wish I could get them in that room, be me and him and a light just swinging, and we're talking, and he'll say, and then I'm like, stop. I don't believe any of that.
Yeah.
And you just break them down to finally you're like, no, I want to learn how to communicate without talking about you, and trying to convince me of something. Can we talk like people?
It'll be interesting to see what it's like when she comes.
Yeah.
Because that's somebody he technically loves and is in a relationship with. So will that drop? Will that the try hard? Will he double down?
I think a person
Either way will be interesting
I
to
think
see.
he is only interested in being with people who make him feel even more of an influencer.
But no,
of a made-up persona.
what I'm interested though is he even says that we've lived this honeymoon vacation lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's the only time we've been together. What happens when she comes and they're just sitting in his living room in South Dakota?
It's going to be messy because he's going to have to live the life of the when he was growing up and wasn't this influencer yet.
Yeah.
And
so that's the interesting part to me.
So the next thing, y'all, mom is saying, what's going to happen? Can you, she looks like she wants to live in Beverly Hills. You know what? I think it's time for an episode of Reality Gaze Theater. I'm going to be playing the role of Jibri.
I forgot who. Okay, Jibri. Okay.
And I'm going to let you play Mahala, the therapist.
Okay. I wish I had a cardigan.
This is, and those cute little chic glasses she's
I know.
got.
She looks very therapist-y.
So this is when they're talking about, he's like, she looks like she lives in Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And that's when she brings up the subject of money.
Yes.
So we'll start. And
action.
Scene.
Or
Yeah,
scene.
and action, you're right.
Son,
Yeah.
I'm just nervous because her social media looks like she wants,
Yeah.
she wants to live in Hollywood and
No.
Beverly Hills. You can't live life like that.
No, we won't live in Beverly Hills. We'll live in like Eagle Rock. Or like
I don't know
went to
what
a
that
house
is.
party
I
in
don't
Eagle
know.
Rock,
I don't
and it was
know.
like there were so many amazing content creators there. Like someone had
I
like
don't-
an independent movie playing on the
What's
background.
a content creator? Is
Oh my
that
God,
a real
Mom! We
thing?
have so much. Oh, Mom, you're talking about money,
But
and
no,
all we
I
have to
don't
do
know.
is like speak it into existence, Mom. I went to a landmark meeting when I was there last time. It was like it will blow your mind. We're gonna go next time I'm there.
Honey.
Yeah.
Honey, you
Yeah.
have to work to make money.
You're always
You
talking about
c-
money.
you can't
Oh my
hustle.
God.
And back in my day,
Lame.
but people that didn't work for money were known as hustlers. Do you want to be?
I am a hustler.
What?
I am a hustler.
You're a hustler.
I could sell salt to slugs. I could sell
What?
like meat to a vegan. Don't you understand? I'm a hustler. I'm out there working every single day. I just need one hit. Give me a doll. Give me a doll. I'm Neely O'Hara, the queen of it all. I just need a doll. One doll.
You're avoiding the subject. You're avoiding the subject.
Just need one song.
and
scene. I went into Valley of the Dolls there just a little bit.
I didn't watch that movie. I've never seen it.
Oh, Patty Duke.
I know, and I love
Patty
her.
Duke.
Never seen it.
I'm Neely O'Hara. Just give me one doll. It's a genius film. So gay. So campy gay.
She's such a good, or was such a good actor.
She's gone now.
We can talk about her. 'Cause
Anyway,
she's already dead. When he
we're-
said all it's going to take is one song.
And he said, he's like, Mom, why are you always talking about money? All you need to do is speak it into existence. And I laughed. And I'm like, you're here because you've got no money.
Yeah, because you have no money. And even the mom says, she's like, I want him to be happy.
Super calm.
She's like, but he needs to be choosing someone who's a real partner. And he's that. And I hear them. She said, and later on, she says, you know, I hear the way you speak together and when you get in arguments and she calls you stupid.
Yeah.
And she says, y'all, we were saying that she's non-emotional. She doesn't put up with shit.
No.
This is, y'all, this woman, in a much more healthy way, is going to give Mother Debbie a run for her money. And I mark my words now, Mom's going to see to this.
No, she's going to shred Miona.
Mom is going to see that this relationship is done.
I agree. Did you notice what Mom and Dad said? This is a really great way to phrase this. Dad even said, we're laying out what...
Are you hearing us? He said that.
What we need for you guys to do. Are you hearing it? He's like, yeah, I'm hearing you. Y'all, in that moment, he turns into a 14-year-old boy.
Which happens a lot of times when people move back with their parents.
Yeah, but I have a feeling it happened when he talked to them in Los Angeles, too.
No, but I'm saying this... He's still the same emotional age he was when he moved back there, like reverse when he was, because he left at 17. And the mom says, you know what? You always have to learn from your experience, so go ahead. So that's what the mom is learning. Y'all, I'm sitting on the couch with somebody who's like that. Poodle learns the hard way.
I need to learn through experiences.
I can tell him, Poodle, you should do this. Da-da-da.
Yeah,
He'll
you
go,
never stop running your mouth about it either.
No, I won't. Point an example. I told this bitch for 3 years she needed to get a TSA pre-check. I don't need it. What do I need that for?
I didn't fly that much.
And then after the third time of me sitting in the airport just waiting for him to get through the line, someone got it real quick.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't going to let you be ahead of me.
But he had to learn the hard way. I think, which you don't do that about everything in your life. You just do it with some things, mainly things that cost money because you don't want to spend money on things, which is a good quality to have because Jibri doesn't have that quality.
No, neither of them are good with their money, it looks like.
And he's not good with his money. And
did you notice that
this is going to be terrible?
All of a
sudden,
great. We go to Little House on the Prairie. He's like, oh, they're making me do chores. I hate chores. Kicks rock.
Kicks rock, yes.
All of a sudden, y'all, this is someone who lives at home and is not paying rent and has a real problem with helping out his parents.
It's the exact opposite of I told my dad I would mow the lawn because I was fighting with my father who could barely walk trying to get on a lawnmower because he was like, I'm going to mow my own lawn. I'm an adult.
Right.
Just... if you went to live with your parents, I would automatically help out with stuff.
Yeah,
and be upset if my parents didn't let me do things.
I just love him saying, I hate chores. Ugh.
Meanwhile, he calls Miona, who he calls looks like a sexy zebra. She's funny,
shopping.
Y'all. He's funny. He's charming. And she's shopping. And
it's like, I can't provide for the Kardashian lifestyle she wants. He's even aware.
And he says, I'm trying to be smart with money. I want to say how. I bet you he's someone, and I used to be this when I was younger. I'd be like, I'm going to be better with my money. But I had no action plan. I didn't write out a budget. Y'all, you're not going to just magically be better at things if you don't take actual practical action to get better at it.
And nor will it get better if you say, I'm not going to spend any money and you're cheap
for
everything. That's not going to work either.
He doesn't get this. A thing that a financial advisor blew my mind once, and he said, it's a reason why I call it currency. There has to be a current. If you hoard money, you block it's like damming up water. If you overspend, it's a flood. It has to be a currency. Jibri doesn't get that.
No. So she's basically saying, he's like, are you ready to come to Rapid City? And she's like, no, I'm more excited to see LA and New York. Of course she's going to say that. And then he's like, well, we're going to have to stay in South Dakota for a while. Why don't we have our wedding here?
Just 6 months, or notice he doesn't say a year. He just says 6 months or 12 months. And pretty soon he's going to be like, just 32 months.
And then you realize, you guys, they have not said one word about money.
No. Because
that's
money,
the biggest red flag.
Because when you live your life on social media, and
money is irrelevant.
It's not a persona, y'all. That is her real life. I guarantee you, if you ask Darcy what Darcy's real life is, it's on social media.
Yeah.
So what happens is nothing is real.
Yep.
Nothing is real, and that's the only thing I'm kind of, and maybe it's masochistic of me, but I don't want to see them because they feel not like real people. However, if we see her move there and their Instagram filter begins to crack and break, and we see how if one of them has to suddenly, if especially Jibri has to fucking look at life from a real perspective, that would be fascinating to me. I don't see that jump happening.
The
all.
only person who would facilitate that might be his mother.
And I just don't. He is so deep in himself.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
I agree. So the next thing is she's like, no, we're going to have a beach wedding. And she's like, well, honestly, then he asks, and this is when we go, I was like, oh, you guys are going to unredeemable here. He's like, well, don't you love me enough to stay in South Dakota for 12 months? That has nothing to do with it.
I loved her response when she said, how does that have to do with me loving you? Because to be honest, I think she's going to tear him up. But in Miona's defense, you have given her this life, and I bet you told her on vacations, baby, I'm going to take you to Saint-Tropez. Baby, I'm going to take you to fucking Spain.
Because
we're going to live the life.
That is for him the way
it is
his Instagram
100%
life.
Jorge and Anfisa.
Yes, George, but
I call him Jorge. But totally George and Anfisa, y'all. He promised you this. He promised you that. He promised you everything under the sun. And I'm telling you this. And I'm telling you that. And the times I cried. And I made away. Yeah, I died.
I could honestly die.
Do you think about
I could honestly get my lips done again.
Fillers. I just want fillers in my face.
Y'all, please just step back from the fillers if you just take a look.
Courtney Cox looks amazing because she got her fillers dissolved.
Yeah.
She looks
Remember
great.
when she was, whoever it was
if you wonder why Courtney Cox looks so much better, she got her fillers dissolved.
Yeah. So just a little bit about their mom brings up at the end, can we just talk about kind of how she dresses? And I thought this was a very interesting tactic because I thought it was, and he's like, Mom, you're like a feminist and everything. And I just don't know. I don't think that's where she's coming from. I think she's thinking about for the town that they're going to. Is it possible that she could not dress in like what looks like a swimsuit top all the time?
Possible. I mean, I wonder that too because it did. Because I don't love it when people are telling a woman what to wear.
I know.
It was like, that's like a Pow and Russ thing. And we hated when our family did that. And this is her house.
Right.
She's living in it. Y'all, they're living for free in her house. She basically, by him moving her here, they're supporting them. Because what money is he making? We haven't seen yet where he's making money from a job. So
I don't think he's working.
If his mom doesn't want her wearing really low cut like panties or whatever, and that's her rules. It's her house.
Well, it's a conversation to I think Mom's just wanting to have the conversation.
Mom's wanting to have the conversation because she knows it will get her where she wants to be.
Well, I think Mom knows that that the best thing for her son is to be away from this Kardashian.
Yes, and that's where he says, Mom, it's just her persona. And I screamed, she's not famous. She doesn't have a persona.
I need to say,
Barbara Streisand has a persona.
That's true.
You don't have one. Sorry.
True.
Go
Lady
ahead.
Gaga is a persona.
Lady Gaga is a persona.
Julia Roberts does not have a persona because that's just her.
That's just her.
She's not really an actor. She's just doing her.
And I love it.
I know. Someone said something about Julia Roberts last time, and someone said, someone sent me a DM, don't come for my favorite actress. I'm like, honey, you have to admit, though, Julia Roberts is just playing herself. She's like, well, maybe.
Fine by it. She's a lover, treasure.
Right.
So
she's not done anything for a long time.
No, it's been a hot minute. Well, she's raising kids and stuff.
True. That's the show.
That's the show.
This storyline is,
and that's also where they talk about the fight.
Yeah.
She's like, she does say, and I just want to say, he does say, she's like, I've heard you call her stupid. He's like, Mom,
we
she
talked
won't
about
say that to you. But no, we didn't talk about where she said, wait a minute. You're worried she might call me stupid?
That won't be good.
I pray
It's interesting because he was like, "Yeah, women from the Balkans, like they're sometimes very direct," and she's like, "I'm direct, but you don't need to be mean and insulting."
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big difference between direct. I'm direct. I'm not mean and insulting.
You
better say I'm not.
That's the show, everybody. So we're gonna wrap up. Leave an Apple Podcast review.
I'll pinch you so hard, you fucking Ronald McDonald wannabe.
Yeah, so sweet, so kind. I will say, I'll be interested to see if, because we look at her and we just assume she's entitled and acts entitled. We don't know that. Maybe she doesn't, but it'll be. I think she does. Larissa wasn't entitled. Larissa was just, or not Larissa. And Fisa wasn't entitled. Jasmine was entitled. And Fisa wasn't entitled. She was just going off of what she just wanted the bill of goods that he sold her.
I will say one thing. Because someone posted on Instagram. She is already fighting with people.
So she's probably going to be entitled.
Yeah,
that's what. So
she's already fighting with people, like going and like trolling people.
I think she's probably. I'm gonna be really happy when this mother takes her down.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
It better happen. Oh, that is the show. I'm looking forward to it. I want to see more couples, but it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a salacious season.
This storyline is gonna be the hardest for me to kind of care about.
Yep, agreed.
But like I said before, the Bilal when I think we're all gonna watch like this.
He's going to be like this horrible.
I'm kind of interested to see what happens with the other two that we saw in this episode.
Yeah, I'm telling you now.
With Kara and Guillermo.
When Kobe meets his baby
Emily
after 2 years, they showed him like crying. I'm probably going to get very emotional by that. It's going to be, and it's just, and Guillermo and Kara, I think, because boy, in the trailer, she was acting horribly to him. So you kind of want to know, how did we get there?
Yep.
And then Annette. Y'all don't forget, 90 Day Fiancé usually saves its. They usually save its really weird shit for the second episode.
I feel like Annette might be the Ben.
Yeah.
Of this season.
All right, everybody.
I'm hoping.
We're going to have a live show announcement as soon as we have. So it's going to be next week that we're going to have that. Or there could be a special announcement. We can always do that too. So we'll have that for you as soon as we get that. Remember, go to realitygaze.com to keep up to date on information. If you want to know about live show stuff too, the best places to follow us on Instagram, Reality Gaze Podcast. Twitter's Reality Gaze Pod. We'll post there. And our TikTok's just Reality Gaze.
Reality Gaze!
I love that our web designer said, by the way, my supervisor called me and I had to have a meeting because they thought I was looking at gay porn because I got triggered because I went to realitygaze.com. Sorry, Patrick.
Why did they call him in?
It was.
You should be able to look at gay porn at work. Is that a problem?
And that's why Poodle works for himself, everybody. We'll see you next week.
I should be able to look at gay porn if I want to.
But until then, we call these people lonely hearts because aren't we all just lonely hearts looking for love in all the wrong places?
Yes. And if you've got a tattoo of David from David and Annie on your chest, I need to see it. Call us.